My name is Gerhard Kugler. I'm the marketing manager for Intrusion Alarm Systems for the EMEA region, and I'll guide you for the next 30 minutes through a presentation and overview on our B&G series systems. Of course, you are free to ask questions whenever you want. We have half an hour time. That should be enough time to guide you through that presentation and to answer your questions. Good, let's start. So first have a short look at the agenda. So I'm going to start talking about the control panel family, giving you an overview on the various panels we offer. Next, I'm talking about integrated security solutions, interesting topic. I'll give you, of course, more details and overview on the products portfolio and system overviews, how the systems look like then for planning as well. Let's start with the control panel family overview. So we are offering 4 control panels actually. We start with a small control panel, the B5512, 48 inputs, 4 areas, over 6512, 96 inputs, 6 areas, up to the biggest version, which is the B9512G with up to 599 inputs and 32 areas. All the systems are hybrid panels, wired and wireless. So you can see in the headline here, UL system portfolio. The B and the G series are UL certified. So we are following here the UL market. It's not a system for EN. It's not EN certified. It's UL, means our main focus for B and G series is those regions where UL is accepted or even asked. That is mainly in the Middle East and Africa region. Slide gives you a more detailed overview on the 4 control panels. On the left-hand side, you can see the G series and the B series hardware. So there's a small difference in the hardware. The G series is bigger than the B series. 2 different hardwares, and then we have 4 control panels, as we mentioned before, starting 48 zones up to 599 zones, starting 43 outputs up to 599 outputs from 4 to 32 areas, 8 to 32 keypads. When it comes to access control, the smallest B series does not support access control or doors, and from the small second version, the 6512 supports up to 4 doors and maximum 32 doors on the B9512. And IP camera integration, starting with the smallest panel with 4 cameras and up to 16 cameras in the big 9512 system. In terms of users, of course, the number of users will increase dramatically also in the same ratio where you, with the doors, of course, with the access control, the more access control you have, the more users you have probably. The small panel, 50 users, but the big panel supports up to 2,000 users, which is then really important to support access control. The cards for access control, of course, follow the number of users from 100 to 2,000 cards maximum. Same for the event log. Event log increases, of course, with access control because you want to document also who entered which door and when. One difference between the 2 hardwares here is the G series supports up to 2 communicator slots. We have these plug-in slots. I'm going to talk about that a little more in detail afterwards. So you can plug in 2 alarm communicators into the G series, and the B series supports 1 communicator slot. Both control panels have already IP, means Ethernet on board. So Ethernet you don't need to worry about, but as soon as it comes to the fact that you want or need to use a GSM communicator, or maybe even still a GSM communicator, you can plug in here in the communicator slots the respective communicators. Of course, we offer schedules and calendars as well with the B&G series. Integrated security solution, what does it mean? The B&G series is not just a pure intrusion system. It is an intrusion system, but not only, let's say. So that's why we have here this circle. You probably have seen that already with intrusion, video, remote control, access control. Talking about intrusion now, these G series are intrusion systems, of course. They can also be used as standalone intrusion systems in a hybrid mode or in a wired mode. So it supports either wired sensors or wireless sensors or a mix. For wireless, we do support here our wireless range called Radeon, which is the same range we also offered with the AMX panels now. Quite highly reliable wireless technology with Radeon should be quite well known in the market in the meantime. Important to know is that you can use the 599 zones if you use a mix of wired and wireless. If you just use regular wire detectors, the maximum number of zones is 480, which is still big enough to cover quite big installations. Beyond intrusion alarm, we of course also support the video integration, and that is really the unique point of a G series. So, or B series. What can we do here? We can support up to 16 cameras per panel. As is mentioned before, the big 9512 supports maximum of 16 cameras. The Bosch IP cameras are connected as inputs and outputs to the control panel, just connected to the same local area network, and they are fully configurable with the remote programming software. So of course, precondition is that both the system and the IP cameras are in the same network, and then the IP cameras can be found is a little bit, nice wording. Actually, you have to program the IP address of the camera into the B or G series, and then B and G series will start communicating directly with the camera. And that is really the unique feature. That is something which makes a difference to each and every control panel you find in the world, because the B and the G series are really the only control panels in the industry, at least as far as I'm aware of, and never saw any competitor system who is able to do that, to communicate directly with the IP cameras without anything in between. I mean, here the unique part is you don't need a management system, you don't need a server, you don't need any other hardware, but there's, the control panel communicates over the Ethernet directly with the intrusion system. And what does it mean? We can realize real unique applications here. For example, if you get an alarm from a camera, the camera will notify the panel, and the panel can create an alarm. Actually, we can get up to 8 different alarms from each camera. That means you can create different type of alarms depending how you use the intelligent video analysis. You can communicate up to 8 different alarms from one camera to the control panel. At the same time, the control panel is able to control the camera, and we are able to give up to 4 commands to the camera. For example, the camera sees something moving with the video analysis, gives an alarm to the system, and then the system can tell the camera, please start recording, or please take a snapshot, or pan tilt zoom and take a snapshot, or start recording, whatever. So that is a real nice and very unique capability and feature of the G series, the integration of the video cameras. It's restricted to Bosch cameras only, so you cannot use third-party cameras for that functionality. That's only together with the Bosch cameras. Next to that, of course, the B and G series also do support door control or access control, up to 32 doors, 2,000 users, 32 user groups. So yes, we do also support access control with the G series beyond video intrusion, also access control integration. Mobile connectivity, we do offer a user app, the so-called Remote Security App, RSC. That's, of course, free of charge for iOS and Android in the App Store or Google Play Store. You can do various things with the app. You can arm disarm your system, lock, unlock. You can do that for the access control doors. You can get the IP camera live video, for example, here on the screen as well, if it's configured in the right way. Connects directly over Ethernet. We also do support cloud service for the remote connection with the RSC app to the system. For the personal notification, we use up to now event-driven emails or text messages, so an SMS or email, up to 32 different receptions in the native language for remote control with a smartphone app. Automation. We do have integrations of B series and G series, of course, to the Bosch management system, BIS, to our building integration system. We do also have an integration into BVMS, the Bosch video management system, and already to a large number of third-party management systems. Here you see a few of them: Genetec, Lenella, Vigilon, connected technologies, GammaNet, Imron, Milestone, whatever. So we have a number of third-party management systems which can be used together with BNG series. We do support, of course, integration with third-party management systems through our integration partner program. BVMS integration, yes, command control, head-end display, 20 panels per server can be used. It's very often used together with BVMS. Good. Going a bit more into details on the product portfolio. We offer a wide range of keypads. It starts with a touchscreen keypad in black and white color, to a regular LCD text keypad with advanced functions, with advanced buttons, then a regular basic text keypad, and UL Fire keypads. For the UL markets, you could use the G series also as a Fire system. It is UL Fire certified by using those Fire keypads. Touchscreen, a little bit more about the touchscreen keypad. It's a full graphical display. It has the same look and feel like the RSC app, the user app, with symbol-based user icons. Quite a stylish profile. This keypad has 4 sensor inputs, so that's really nice. You can also connect directly to the keypad, which is very often located next to the entrance door. You could connect the door contact, for example, or a motion detector from that area to the keypad. The keypad supports a built-in reader to control the system. You could arm-disarm with a reader. You could also, in theory, use the keypad and the reader to do a door control for the door which is next to the keypad. Auto switch language, so you can use up to 2 languages in parallel, and a built-in presence detector means it simply, when you come closer to the keypad, it starts powering up and you can see the display. Talking about modular expansions, we do have opportunity, of course, of modular expansions. You need to only to buy what you need. Here you can see, as an example, a B-series hardware with a communicator interface. In that case, that's a GSM communicator. As I said, all the B-series and the G-series do have Ethernet on board already. So for connecting or alarm communication via Ethernet, you don't need to do anything. That's on board already. If you need additionally or exclusively GSM, you can plug in your GSM communicator. I'll show a little bit more detail on the next slide for that. Here it's even better. The picture is a bit bigger here. Again, the B series with a B442, that is a 2G communicator card. We offer a 2G and a 3G communicator card today. We do also offer a phone line module. It is amazing, but still nowadays, sometimes phone lines are used, yes. So you can plug in those modules directly into the control panel, but additionally we offer the so-called B450 communicator interface. And that is an interface where you again are able to plug in, for example, GSM communicators. So why that? The question comes quite frequently. So why do we offer a communicator interface? Because actually it's not needed. You can plug in the communicator card directly in the main control panel. And that is really correct. There's the main reason of offering the communicator interface is it might happen that you install the G or the B series at a position where you really have not a good GSM coverage somewhere in the basement of the building. And there are 2 opportunities then. Either you use the plug-in card in the G series, but then you need to use a special long cable for the antenna, for the GSM antenna, to position the antenna at a place where you do have a good GSM signal. That's one option. The other option is simply using the B450 communicator interface, which is connected to the control panel bus of the G series or B series. And you can position that communicator interface at a spot in your installation where you have a really good GSM coverage. That is really the purpose of that B450 interface module. In and output, of course, that is nothing really special. We do, of course, provide input modules with 8 zone inputs and output modules with 8 relay outputs for the G series and B series. B901, that is our door access control module. And that is really the important module to support access controls. You can use up to 32 of those modules. As I said before, 2,000 users, log file over 10,000 events. So this B901 door access control module provides actually everything you need to cover an entrance door or an access door, let's say. The B901 module provides a VGANT interface to connect VGANT readers. It provides input, for example, inputs for the magnetic contact, for the door contact. You have an input for either a request to exit motion detector or a push button to open the door from inside. It has, of course, an output to control the door strike, the door opener, an onboard buzzer to alert if the door is open for too long. So it provides everything you need to cover one door. We have various enclosure options for the 901 module. You can place one 901 module at the door and it does the complete access functionality, plus, of course, magnetic contact for the intrusion alarm functionality. Power supplies, we do have an additional power supplies. BEG series can be quite big. We go up to more than 500 inputs. So in those cases, you might have the need for additional power supply. And the various control panels support from small control panel up to 4 additional power supplies. And for the very big 9512, you can use up to 8 additional power supplies. Those power supplies are, of course, connected to the control panel via the control panel bus. They communicate via the bus to the control panel, whatever they have to communicate, like low voltage of battery or mains missing, whatever. That is via the control panel bus. Then we offer 2 different enclosures, the B10 and the B8103. Depending on the size of the batteries you need, you choose a bigger or a smaller enclosure, the power supply board, and then, of course, the batteries for the backup power. System overviews, last but not least, and that is really a nice overview, I believe, even for system planning, because it shows you already everything you need to consider if you need to put together a system. So in that case, that's a 5512, that's the smallest B series. Here, the B5512 already with a CTM or the B10 enclosure. Then we use a battery that is a 7 amp, that's a small battery, and then a transformer, a plug-in transformer. You can connect to the B5512 maximum 4 wash IP cameras. You can connect maximum 5 308 output modules, means maximum 40 outputs. That is the output module B308 and the AE20 plastic enclosure. You can connect up to 4 input modules, means 4 times 8, that is 32 additional zone inputs, B208 with plastic enclosure AE20. Of course, the B series supports Radeon with our Radeon receiver, and then you can make use of the full portfolio or wireless Radeon range, or from from motion detectors or window contacts, key fobs to disarm the system, or portable panic fobs, a very unique Radeon devices, our so-called bill trap, where you can put in a bill here in that below that clip, and if you remove that bill, then you get an alarm. You can connect as well to the control panel here, up to maximum 8 of the keypads. Of course, any mix of keypad from touch keypad to the advanced LCD text keypad or the basic text keypad. So this gives you a really nice overview what is possible to use with the B5512, and already with the CTNs you could already create your bill of material based on that system overview. Then I have the same for the 6512. I don't want to go through all details for the 8512. And then finally also for the 9512. It's the same system overview. Of course, the number of components will increase here. For the 9512, for example, you can use maximum 59 8-zone input modules. Here in that image, you have, as an example, the alternative of using a big metal enclosure and a mounting plate, and then you could mount up to 6 of those 8 zone input modules in one enclosure. You can also, of course, use the plastic enclosure for individual input modules. And the same can be done with the output modules, either using a metal enclosure with a mounting frame, and then you place here your 8 relay modules, or use the email modules in small plastic enclosures, the output modules, small plastic enclosures. So that's basically the same system overview, just increased number of in-outputs modules, increased number of keypads, and of course door control that's missing in the first system overview. Here you can also use up to 32 of our door controllers B901 for access control functionality. So that was a high-level overview on the features, functionalities, and our 4 control panels we offer for you. And of course, please feel free now to ask questions.